remember nothing about what happened this month. I literally don't even know what I read at all. Don't know what videos I posted. Hello book besties, it's Keira. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video we're doing a monthly wrap up. If you don't know how these videos work, I'm basically just gonna be talking about all the books that I read this month and give you my thoughts and my ratings about them. Yeah, I can't even believe I'm already posting this video. I am posting it a little bit early. I think we have maybe like 5 or 6 days left of the month, so there's definitely gonna be books that I read in the next like week or so. If you want to check out my socials, they'll be down below along with my Goodreads. If you want to know what those books are, I also have created a Pango Books, so if you want to buy any of my books, it'll be linked in the description as well. Let's just get right into it. The first book that I started out the month with, I don't even feel like I read this book this month. Garnet Flats by Devney Perry. This is the third book in the Eden series. I gave this a 3 out of 5 stars. It wasn't my favorite, and a lot of people agree that it's not like their favorite in this series as well. I'm not like a huge second chance romance girly, so I think that is also why it's usually pretty much a hit or miss for me. It's about Talia and Foster. Talia, she's one of the Eden children, and she is a doctor, and then Foster is a professional fighter. I don't know if it's MMA or UFC, I don't know which one it is, but they had something in the past, and something happens that he has to leave, and he's back in Quincy for, it's basically just to get her back, and he's training for this fight and all this stuff. I don't really remember much about this book. I thought it was just average. I felt like their relationship tends to happen in second chance romance books, but they just get back together way too quickly because of all the history that they have, so I just don't feel the reconnecting. It's just a me problem with second chance romance books. Yeah, not my favorite one in the series. 3 out of 5 star read for me. I definitely recommend the series though. Next, I picked up a fantasy. Next up, I have Dance of Thieves by Mary E. Pearson. This is the second book in the Dance of Thieves duology. I'm very sad to say that I am done with this series. I really liked the first book, Dance of Thieves. I give it a 4.5 out of 5 stars, but honestly, after reading this book, I'm definitely gonna bump up Dance of Thieves to a 5-star read. It was incredible. And this one, I just gave a 4-star. It was good, like it still was good, but I just felt like I needed more. A lot of things were dragged along. I just felt myself zoning out at some points. That happened in the first book too, because it was very like information heavy. I don't want to give it away what happens, but there was just something that I just wanted to skip ahead and just figure out what happened. Please, if you want like a fantasy with some romance, like an action-packed series duology, then read this duology. I truly cannot recommend it enough. I love it. I truly loved it. So yeah, 4 out of 5 stars. All right, the next two are 2 like prequel novellas to a series that first book just came out recently. The first one is the Skeptor by J. Bree. All I really remember about this series is that the female main character is like a witch, and the male main character is like he's supposed to be the king and stuff like that. In order to do that, he has to be married to his fated mate, and of course these two people don't really like each other. I don't even remember the main character's name, but she going through life after her town gets burned down. I didn't even explain that remotely correct. I give it a 3 to 5 stars because it's just a short little novella. I'm just gonna move on. The second one is The Sword. It's from, I think the guy's name is Soren. It's from his point of view. It takes place like way after the first one does. Learning about his character, his role, his town that he needs to protect, this world. I also give that a 3 to 5 stars. I mean, they're just novellas. I can't really rate them higher. I'm very excited to see how their interactions will be because they're fated mates. Like, at least in the first novella, they were chatting to each other, like not knowing who each other is. I definitely really like 2 prequel novellas to learn about the characters and not just being thrown right into the world from the first book. I'm putting off reading the first book. I don't think the second book is coming out until like April of next year. So I'm gonna put it off a little bit, read it closer to the release date. These next 3 books I actually read for a video. It was reading some of my most anticipated reads for a week. I will link the video up there, so I won't talk about these too much. This one I attempted to read was Unfortunately Yours by Tessa Bailey. If you didn't watch that video, I DNF'd this book. My first DNF of my whole entire reading career. I talked a lot about it in that video, but I just couldn't connect with the characters. They didn't belong together. There was no connection between them, and I just couldn't read it anymore. This duology series thing just wasn't for me, so yes, I had my first DNF. I'm very glad I DNF'd it. And the second book I read was Things We Hide from Light by Lucy Score. Gave this a 4 out of 5 stars. Still up in the air if I want to bump it up to a 4.5 because it was just so good. I ate this up in like 2 days. You know Lucy Score, her books are chunky. Really loved all the side characters in this book. I thought Nash and Lena were cute. Enjoyed their relationship. So fucking excited for Sloane and Lucian's book because the crumbs that we got from them in this book was incredible. 4 to 5 stars. I truly love this series and could not recommend it enough. And then lastly in that video, I read Love Theoretically by Ali Hazelwood. Give this a 4 to 5 stars. Really enjoyed it. Loved the characters. Loved the fake dating twist aspect to it. Bit of a slow burn. All I can say is Jack. I can see why everybody loves him because I truly was like, wow. Truly was just like, wow. We do get an Adam and Ollie of... I cannot speak right now. Loved the Adam and Ollie... Loved the Adam and Olive cameo. There, I said it. In this book, I loved their scene that they were in. 4 out of 5 stars. Oh my god, I'm just noticing that. And it's like... Who was gonna tell me? Anyway, sorry. Next I read Reveal Me, which is the novella between the 5th and the 6th book in the Shout at Me series. Rated this a 3 to 5 stars. I mean, it's just a novella from Kenji's point of view. This hurt my heart so incredibly much because I love Kenji. All I could say is his pain is so overlooked. Yes, I read this 3 to 5 stars. Can't really talk about it. Kenji. Then I took another break from fantasy and I read Heartless by Elsie Silver, the 2nd book in the Chestnut Springs series. This is about Cade and Willa. Cade is one of the Eaton boys. He is Rhett's oldest brother. And Willa, who is Summer from the first book's best friend. Cade is looking for a nanny and he doesn't like anybody that they're interviewing. So Summer was like, I know the perfect person for this job. And it ends up being her best friend. They have the funniest first encounter ever. I literally was like smiling so hard. Throughout this whole book, honestly, I gave this a 4.5 out of 5 stars. This whole time I was smiling. I loved Cade and Willa's interactions. It's Grumpy Sunshine type vibes. Luke, Cade's son, is the cutest kid I've ever read about in a book in my life. And I would truly die for Luke. It was looking up to be a 5 stars, and then one trope happened, 80% mark, there was a trope, and I was like, we were doing so well. We were doing so well. So it wasn't a 5 star for me anymore, but still, I just loved this book so incredibly much, and I was like, okay, I can bump it down a 0.5 star because of the trope. So very incredible. 4.5 out of 5 stars. Give this a read before the summer ends. And then the last book that I've completed up until this point is another bittersweet one. And yeah, I finished Imagine Me. I gave it a 4 stars. It honestly wasn't my favorite, if I'm being honest. Like, not my favorite way to end the series. The series still has like the biggest place in my heart. I was just a little bit disappointed. Not disappointed. I wanted more from this book, I guess I could say, and I didn't get it necessarily. The last full book in the series, I ate this up in literally a day. Books just truly changed my life. Again, I can't recommend a series enough. I only have one more novella left. Right, and then a book that I'm currently reading at this point, I think I'm like 80% into it. I just picked it up because I needed a hockey romance this month. So I picked up This Is Forever by Natasha Madison. It's the 4th book in a series. I don't know if you have to read them in order. I'm sure like all the other couples that I'm reading about are from the previous books. Basically about a single mom and a professional hockey player. He is running like a hockey camp in the summer. It's for like underprivileged kids who like can't afford hockey camps and stuff like that. And he meets this single mom. It's just like immediately attracted to her, really intrigued by her, like is pulled to her. It's so heartbreaking because of like the things that have happened to her, but also so heartwarming because the male main character Justin is just so incredibly sweet to her and her son. I love this book so much, and I'm scared because it's the 80% mark, which means that there's going to be a conflict and it's just going to hurt my heart more. I will definitely either finish this today or tomorrow and check my Goodreads on how I feel about it. It's pretty much all the books I have up until this point. Again, I will read more books definitely in the next week. One of them being, I have The Assassin's Blade. I think it's time because I'm putting ACOTAR off for now. In the meantime, I want to read Throne of Glass. I probably will not finish all like 8 books. Ideally, I need to start it. I'm scared to start it, if we're being honest. I just have to check my Goodreads for my reaction. I know little to nothing about this series. Heard that it's fantasy with a romance subplot. Some people like it more than ACOTAR. And I'm like, well, you had me there because ACOTAR is my favorite. I'm so scared. I'm so scared. There's like so many different reading orders to the series, and I'm just doing it the way that you read The Assassin's Blade first and then go into Throne of Glass. That's it. Doesn't even feel like I just spent half an hour talking about books because I don't actually remember anything that I talked about. That's it for this video. I will reiterate again that there's still a week left in the month when I'm filming this, so there'll definitely be like 2 or 3 more books that I finish in this next week. So check my socials, my Goodreads down below if you want to know what I get to reading. My August TBR is going to be a little different. I'm doing a special type of TBR video, and because we're so early in the month, I'm just gonna wait until next week to upload it. I think it's coming out on August 2nd, so I feel like it'll be good time to upload it. I don't want to upload it too early, and stay tuned for that because, again, we're doing something fun and different. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos by me. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!